Red Dead 2 is an amazing game with so much content and possibilities that you can play countless times and always discover something new. This time we will be delving into the darker side of the story with Honor, and on this journey I realized that even before doing missions in Chapter 2, there are a series of things that I always do in a new playthrough, almost like a ritual. These are strategies that make life easier in the game, such as ensuring essential resources, exploring hidden shortcuts, and even acquiring some advantages that can completely change the gameplay dynamics. These tips work for both newcomers to Red Dead 2 and veterans who want to try a different way of playing. In this video, I will show you the things you should do first in Chapter 2 to prepare the ground and enjoy the game to the fullest. So without further ado, let's get into the video. As soon as I start a new playthrough, my first goal is to embark on the journey of collecting money. Fortunately, this is not a big deal as there is a well-known method that allows us to pocket $3,500 right in Chapter 2. We do this by collecting a series of gold bars scattered around the map, with the first and most well-known one being in the town of Limpany, over at the old sheriff's office. The second one is located at this point on the map near Wallace Station. Once you get there, you'll come across a derailed train, and to access the gold, just follow the path shown in the video and perform these stunts. Unlike Limpany, this location has 2 gold bars. Don't forget to explore the other train cars as well, as they are filled with jewels that can also be sold. The third location is at this point on the map, just a few meters from the derailed train. When you get there, you need to find the entrance through a sort of cave, where we'll have this eerie location with some statues. This location is the most rewarding of all and involves solving a puzzle where we have to press some buttons in the correct order. I'll leave a guide in the description of this video for you to follow. By pressing the buttons correctly, the game will reward us with simply 3 gold bars. So adding up all the ones we've already collected, you'll simply have 5 gold bars in your inventory. But that's not enough, so I'll teach you how to get 2 more gold bars to make it 7. It involves a treasure, but don't worry, it's quite easy to do. The first step is to visit this location near Flatneck Station. There we will find Maximo, a treasure hunter. We can buy the treasure map for $5 or intimidate the tax collector and take ownership of the property. With the map in hand, we will embark on a quest, visiting 3 different locations on the map, with the last one rewarding us with 2 gold bars. This process takes around 10 to 20 minutes, then I will make a video with the complete step-by-step to get this treasure, but it's quite easy to do. With the 7 bars in hand, just visit the smuggler in Rhodes and sell the bars, which will total $3,500, and there will be an additional profit from other items looted along the way, like the jewels from the derailed train. Now that we've become a man of means and left poverty behind, the second thing I do in a new save is visit the camp and open the gang log. There we can make a series of improvements to the camp structure, but what interests us is improving Dutch's tent. By doing this, we will have the option to buy a map for Arthur's tent. This map unlocks fast travel in the game, which can be done from the camp or anywhere in free roam just by setting up a camp in nature. The only issue is that the game only allows us to fast travel to places we have already visited. That's why the list is so short in the beginning, but I'll teach you a method to unlock all locations very quickly. To do this, just visit any train station or carriage. With them, we can visit any city in the game from the start. Then just travel to all the places with the game, adding them to Arthur's camp, allowing us to travel quickly to any place for free. Only those who have played Red Dead 2 know how this tip speeds up the gameplay, especially considering that a trip in the game can be quite long depending on the location. This process is very enjoyable and easy to do on the first playthrough, but it can become a bit repetitive when we are playing again, especially if we still don't have a good horse. Try taking a long trip with a bad horse and you'll see, it's a nightmare because often the horse is slow and has little stamina. But in the next topic, I will teach you how to solve this problem. Opening Chapter 2, we start with the Tennessee Walker, a horse we got at the ranch stable in the series. He's a pretty decent horse, but there are some better options in Chapter 2. The first and most popular one is the Arabian Thoroughbred from Lake Isabella. No matter how many times I tell the story, I never break the tradition of traveling to the mountains and getting it. It's located at this point on the map and is somewhat tricky to tame, but after that it becomes an excellent mount, being an extremely fast and resilient horse ideal for long journeys. But as fast as he is, he's as cowardly. Jesus Christ, he's terrible in that regard. So quickly discard him if you're heading out for a hunting season, especially if you're going after predators. This brings us to my second horse recommendation, the Missouri Foxtrotter Silver Dapper Pinto variant. It is my favorite breed in the whole game, because it takes what the Arabian Thoroughbred has to offer at its best with the added bonus of being very brave. But as we know, this variant doesn't spawn in the wild and can only be purchased at the stables from chapter 6 onwards. But the secret here lies in Albert Mason's missions. More specifically, the third one. In it we help the man photograph the horse near Emerald Ranch, and it is possible to do a very interesting glitch to glitch the game and get this horse as early as chapter 2, spitting in Rockstar's face, who didn't plan for Arthur to be able to get it. A very interesting tip that can be done right in chapter 2 is basically going to St. Denis during the early morning, where we can participate in a random event where purebred black Arabian horses spawn. This variant is the best of the entire breed, being far superior to the white one. Unlike the variant we get at Lake Isabella, this horse is not wild and has better stats. Now that we've secured plenty of money and a good horse, it's time to finally get ourselves some good weaponry. After all, shootouts make up a big part of the game. Of course, we do get good weapons throughout the course of the story, but there are several excellent weapons that can be acquired right from the start. Whenever I start a new save, I like to take a sort of trip around the map, visiting some locations that guarantee me good weapons, and the best part, for free. Our first stop is at the illegal operation at the Doctors in Valentine. This location is a great opportunity to get a Schofield revolver along with some loot that can be picked up, including a safe that can be blown open in the wall. The second location is at the Rhodes Gunsmith, where we also have some sort of illegal operation. At the end of the narrative, we can loot various items from the basement of the property, including a repeating Lancaster. It is one of the best rifles in the game and costs around $135 to purchase, but here you can get it for free. Next to the Braithwaite Manor, we have the Catfish Jackson's family. At this point on the map, this event allows us to acquire a beautiful double-barreled shotgun, excellent for close quarters combat. After dealing with the storyline, you can go to the chimney and grab the gun. Despite being quite dirty, it practically looks brand new after some cleaning. We can find another shotgun a few miles from this location in a small ranch located in Big Valley at this point on the map. Once there, just enter the cabin and go to the basement, where we will find this beautiful repeating shotgun, which costs a whopping $225 at the gunsmith and is only available in chapter 4, so it's definitely a must-have weapon. Now that we are well equipped with long guns, we need to get some good revolvers, and the right place for that is in the second saloon in Valentine, where we meet the rider Theodore Levine. In his mission, we have the objective of confronting some legendary gunslingers, from whom we are rewarded with some very good weapons. To get their location is quite easy just by inspecting the photographs the man gave us. The first one is Billy Midnight, who can be found at the Rhodes train station. After completing the mission, you earn a revolver from Billy, which is a unique Mauser pistol in the game. The second gunslinger is Emmett Granger, who can be found at his small farm near Valentine. After completing the mission, you earn a unique Cattleman revolver. The third gunslinger is Flaco Hernandez, who can be found near Coulter. After completing the mission, you earn another unique Cattleman revolver. The fourth and final gunslinger is Black Belle, but here she is not important since she is the only mission that does not reward us with a weapon. If you collect all the weapons that I just showed, you will have a good variety of firepower in your arsenal right from the start, including unique revolvers, a pistol, shotguns, and even a rifle. The next item I pick up is the double holster, so that Arthur can shoot with two short guns simultaneously. Many think we need to free Micah from jail to get it, but that's not true since it's possible to get it well before that. The method consists of hunting 2 deer, which can be of any condition, and sell them to the nearest trapper. After that, go to the crafting menu, reinforced equipment, and master hunter. There we can create the coveted holster and leave Micah rotting in jail for a while, which, let's face it, is the right thing to do. And to top it off, I couldn't leave out a very common random event in the game, which consists of helping a man who has been bitten by a snake. These events happen several times in both Valentine and Rhodes. When you see the man, just help him with some medicine or a good suck, with the choice being up to you. After helping the man, just wait a few days in the game, as you may encounter the same guy again, but this time at the gunsmith in Valentine. And as a thank you for your help, he offers you any item from the store for free, and that includes all the weapons from the shop, no matter the value. So there's an opportunity to get a new weapon, remembering that this event happens multiple times in the game, so spread the word about the helpful suck in exchange for weapons. Now that we have money, a good horse, and a nice arsenal of weapons, it's time to prepare for one of the most common situations in the game, hunting. Because if we kill animals carelessly using the wrong weapon or hitting the wrong spot, the skin is damaged and we miss out on a good opportunity to make money. Hunting the wrong way can even harm us in missions, considering that missions like hunting requests, for example, require perfect skins. That's why one of the first things I do in Chapter 2 is to visit this region of the map near Strawberry. This is the location of the legendary deer from which we can extract one of the most important items in the game, the Deer Antler Amulet. This amulet increases our chances of receiving perfect animal parts, so it may happen that you shoot an animal with only 2 stars, but when you get close you find out it actually has 3. So this amulet is definitely an indispensable item for Chapter 2. Another essential item is the Varmint Rifle. This is literally the first weapon I buy at the gunsmith. No matter how many times I replay this game, but this will always be the first weapon I'll buy. It is essential for hunting small animals, considering you'll ruin the carcass if you kill them with a regular gun. Of course, the small arrow from the bow also does the job, but the upside of the Varmint Rifle is that it's much quicker and you don't need to craft each arrow. Just go to the gunsmith and buy plenty of ammo. Moving on to the last topic, I have to tell you about another thing that I always do in the new save. I upgrade my satchel and my horse's saddle, but let's take it step by step. The best satchel in the game is the Legend of the West. To get it, we have to bring a series of animal carcasses to Pearson, which you can check by going to his table. You will have to craft 6 satchels to access the Legend of the West, but trust me, embark on the process because it's really worth it. The journey involves completing some simple tasks at the camp, like upgrading some equipment and donating some items. We also need to hunt some animals, making sure they have perfect pelts. In this situation, your best friend will be the Deer Antler Trinket, so don't forget to get this beauty along with the Varmint Rifle. Once unlocked, the Legend of the West satchel increases your item limit to 99 units, giving you practically infinite inventory space. Moving on to the horse saddle, the best one in the game in terms of stats is the Panther Trail. It has great levels ensuring that you will have the best gear for your horse. The good thing is that it's super easy to get, considering we can craft it right away, not needing to make the whole darn saddle like in the case of the saddlebag. Just make sure to get a perfect panther pelt, and no, it doesn't have to be the legendary panther, because I see a lot of people making that mistake. You can visit any of these spawn locations that are showing up in the video, making a perfect kill with a rifle shot to the head, and you're set. Now just go to the nearest trapper and enjoy your saddle. Just don't forget to pair this saddle with good gear, which you can unlock through challenges or simply buy at the stables. And to close the video on a high note, I'm going to alert you about something very important. Even though it can't be fully completed in Chapter 2, it requires the player to start early in the story. I'm talking about the Errand Boy achievement, which involves fulfilling 5 requests from camp members. You've probably already come across one of them, with a member asking for an item like Dutch's pipe, for example. These requests start as early as Chapter 2 and go on until Chapter 4. And here lies the problem, because if you slack off and don't complete the events by then, you will miss out on the achievement and will need to start a new save game to get it. I messed up on my first save and still haven't gotten this achievement, so take note of this tip because it's essential for those on the journey to platinum the game. As bizarre as the things you saw in this video, it's discovering that you can rip out Micah's eye while playing as Arthur and leave him blind for the rest of the game. If you don't know what I'm talking about, click here next to the yellow arrow to be redirected to this amazing video. And that's it folks, a big hug and we'll see you in the next video. See you later, goodbye.